So this is a new playlist series which we're trying, and basically we're going to talk about albums that we've recently listened to and our thoughts on the band and the album. So the very first album we're doing, I gotta realize the camera's there, but is Natural Born Chaos by the band Soilwork.
Yeah!
Can't grind.
Try.
So look, the thing about Natural Born Chaos, when I first told you to listen to Soilwork, you...
Okay. So,
I don't know.
Here's the context, alright? Because first he introduced me to In Flames, and anybody who's an In Flames or Soilwork fan knows about the rivalry between the two. I was staunchly team
What rivalry?
What do you mean what? That's common. It's common knowledge, brother.
It's not common knowledge. That was a music video. It's not real.
Well, whatever, right?
Stupid.
To my knowledge, it's kind of been, growing up, I kind of heard a little bit of each of them, and it's always been like, In Flames or Soilwork or In Flames, I was pretty much like, firmly team In Flames. I was like, look, their music's more appealing, it's a bit more engaging. I was like, Soilwork, I don't know, I'm just not vibing it, man. And then how long was it after?
I think like 2 weeks after you listened to Natural Born Chaos, you came to me, and one interesting thing that happened is in that 2 weeks you also started listening to Dream Theater.
I did. I went on a sonic journey, man. Surfing the waves of new, boundary pushing music. And I will say, Dream Theater being really technical, progressive stuff, it kind of like In Flames is kind of like Metallica. Everybody can kind of get around it. It's like the melodic death metal. Death metal, is that correct?
Yeah,
I don't want to be
melodic death metal.
I don't want to suffer the flame out from the fan.
Don't assume that genre.
Oh, that's a good one. Hashtag don't assume the genre. That's the thing, yeah, like In Flames is kind of like Metallica, like I think if you're kind of already in that mindset to hear some
we don't care about
metal,
In Flames. We're here to talk about Soilwork.
I'm trying to give context, alright?
Why didn't you like Soilwork?
It's not that I didn't like them, but I just wasn't like fully vibing with them because, alright, funny thing, I kind of thought when I first listened to the Natural Born Chaos album, I thought these songs kind of sound alike, which is really an oversimplification. I just I just wasn't feeling it. I was like, they weren't as catchy as In Flames. In Flames, their riffs and their solos and everything were just, they just grab you by the cojones,
Arguably, I'll say more of In Flames songs sound alike than Soilwork.
Well, that is something that I gradually kind of gravitated towards. That
Soilwork's definitely, in my opinion, the more technical band.
That is something that I will say it took me listening to Dream Theater and garnering an appreciation for, the complexity of, one big thing that I couldn't stop, listening with Soilwork after Dream Theater was I was like, wow, their drummer on Natural Born Chaos is phenomenal.
He's a great drummer.
It was such, there was just these little flourishes that he'd do where you just play like a standard beat, which is a lot of what In Flames has, but the Soilwork drummer...
bear in mind, we're talking about album, yeah?
Okay,
don't go too much into Soilwork.
The drummer for Natural Born Chaos, specifically, that album was tits, because it was just like, the rhythm, the groove, it really kind of, it kept it interesting, it wasn't just a straightforward headbang, which I would say In Flames is a pretty straightforward headbang kind of band.
Great lyrics too, when Beyond Street says, "Should we spit or swallow?" Aaron really related.
Oh, yeah, that was, I'll tell you one thing, these are Swedes, they are Swedes, right?
I think they're Finnish.
I'm Finnish after this.
I might be wrong, I don't know, but I think they're Finnish.
Those goddamn Scandinavians, their sense of English may not always be the greatest, but they love picking some really colorful language, painting pictures with their words. Anyway, besides the point.
Would you say Natural Born Chaos is up there, one of your favorite albums now?
Natural Born Chaos is definitely up there. We won't go into too much detail, but the other album that I dived into was Figure Number 5, which is great, but Natural Born Chaos has such a ferocity.
I reckon Natural Born Chaos is Soilwork's best album.
Oof.
Absolutely best album.
Look, I really enjoyed
Not just
Figure number
Soilwork's
5.
best album, one of the best, what do you want to call
Of all
it?
time.
Progressive melodic death records in that genre. I reckon it's one of the best albums.
It's funny because, especially after listening to Dream Theater, you say progressive, and I don't even think of Soilwork as progressive, you know? I'm like, melodic death metal, fuck yeah.
They are progressive, I think.
No, but they are, but not so explicitly progressive, you know?
not to the point where, like, you know, they, you know, glue their hands to cement.
Oh, come on, brother. Dream Theater.
Oh, Dream Theater.
That's abstract,
Dream
right?
Theater is full on, like, get in front of the UN and say that your childhood was stolen, kind of progressive.
Hey, whoa. No. don't say bad things about. Don't curse Dream Theater, alright? Yeah. Anyway.
That's the wrong kind of Scandinavian.
That's the wrong kind of progressive. We don't approve of that, alright? You know.
But, okay. Anyway, in closing, Natural Born Chaos, Soilwork, out of 10 stars or 5 stars. I think 5 is more traditional. How many stars?
Ooh. 4.5. I
approve.
don't really know what the remaining 0.5 is, but it's just that number sits well.
I don't know. I think I agree. 4.5. I don't know what it would take for an album to be a perfect
hit a
5.
5, you know,
I
like-
can't even think of an album that's a perfect 5, really. But
Because
I'm
at the
sure
end of the
there
day,
is.
there's music that, you know, subjectively you gotta be in the mood for
Actually,
as well.
wait. I'm gonna call it a 4,
Not a 4.5.
not a 4.5, a 4.
Explain yourself, fool!
Well, it's amazing, but I don't feel
It's not revolutionary.
No, well, it is. I think it is, but I
Okay.
don't think it's consistent in its level of amazing. There are some songs that don't shine quite as brightly as others.
Okay, but I have to give it to Natural Born. One big thing that, you know, I got my head into trying to do more was to listen to whole albums, because
Oi, wrap it up, faggot.
okay, fine. Whoa! A lot of these things, I find like a good album, you're really thinking about the flow, you know? And I will say Natural Born Chaos has a great flow. You've got songs that bleed into each other, but not in a Dream Theater-esque way. But just, you know, real good flow, you know?
All right, so I forgot to mention, but this new series is going to be really impromptu, really laid back.
Free form.
We're going to put next to no effort in the production, but the content will still be tits.
If you want to hear more about the Natural Born Chaos album, drop a comment, you know? If you want to flag him for calling me bad names and bullying me on a daily basis, please also drop it in the comments.
Yeah, and also this new segment is going to be known as the Socratic Diuretic. Go work that one out. And this is Music Edition. See ya.
Fire!